Set amid the Allegheny Mountains, in an area rich in history and natural beauty, Lewisburg, West Virginia beckons to the traveler seeking something other than patented tourist attractions. A 221-year-old town with many 18th and 19th century buildings, where the steeple clock still tolls the hour and the church bells ring out on Sunday mornings. Within 5 minutes of the historic district, travelers will come upon scenery thought only to exist in old paintings. The former mayor of Lewisburg was fond of saying, only two kinds of people ever leave Lewisburg, those who will return and those who wish they could. But what about those who are left behind? Those who haunt such places as Carnegie Hall. Nestled in the heart of the Allegheny Mountains lies a rare historic treasure. Lewisburg, West Virginia is home to one of only 4 Carnegie Halls still in continuous use in the world. Music has been heard through the halls of the stately Georgian revival structure for nearly a century. Carnegie Hall was built in 1902 by steel baron and philanthropist Andrew Carnegie as a classroom building for the Lewisburg Female Institute, later the Greenbrier College for Women.
What we call the auditorium gallery was the old Carnegie Hall office, and this is where, in Mary Page's story, she was working late and she heard the noises. Although there isn't anything right directly above it, but the classrooms would probably be, look at the one over here.
Kind of towards the center of the...
Yeah, so this would have been the door that like, the public tried to come in. It must have been a little different because I think she refers to a knob or something being. I don't really quite remember this, but this was the door to come in to get into the office, which was here. This is now just used as an art gallery. It was bigger too. That little wall wasn't there. I think that's. There's another little room here, but we just store pianos in it.
I previously worked at Carnegie Hall. Starting in May of 2000 through May of 2007, and I was the finance officer and business manager. Part of my duties were to lock up the building every evening, and this particular evening I started out on the 3rd floor, and I walked through the 3rd floor checking all the rooms, making sure there was no one in there, the heat was off, the lights, and proceeded to the stairwell. As I was heading down the stairwell, I heard footsteps, and I turned around to see who it was, and it was a woman standing there, and she was starting to come down the stairs, and she had a long white dress on, and she had long dark hair. So I turned back around, and I thought, well, I should say something to her. And when I turned back around, she was gone. I don't believe that she wanted to show herself particularly to me. I think it was just something that happened because I never saw her again. The only other out of the ordinary incident that I can mention is other evenings when I would be locking up, when I would actually walk through this auditorium, I could hear books being put into a bookcase. I could hear just sounding like books being slanted to a bookcase, but I never saw any other visions, any other women. I do believe Carnegie Hall has ghosts.
Less than 100 yards away from Carnegie Hall lies a statue of an angel which sits upon a child's grave. There have been many ghost stories and lore surrounding the statue. Should you find yourself in Lewisburg in September or October, be sure to take the ghost tours to learn more information.
game plan will be then, since we believe that there could be a disturbance, since Carnegie Hall is...
After the initial EMF and temperature readings are compiled, the team determined that based on the stories of sightings at Carnegie, they would begin some EVP work. The team asked a member of Carnegie Hall to join them in the old stone room, a room where an eyewitness saw a figure of a man later described as Mr. Charles Goddard. It was in this very room that his figure was seen standing near the door, viewing artwork on the wall. Did they reach Charles Goddard on this cold October evening?
Time is 9:54, October 20th, 2007. We're at Carnegie Hall in Lewisburg, West Virginia, located in the old stone room. I'd like to start this EVP session out by asking a question. To any spirits that may be in this room, in this building, if you are here tonight, I ask that you give us a sign. Is there a Mr. Charles Goddard with us tonight?
Is the lady in white here with us right now?
Was that you trying to communicate with us?
Are you happy having people inside this building? If that's you making any noises, we ask that you do it again.
Are you standing by the door?
Ready to make a contribution that will impact the community for years to come? Call Carnegie Hall at 304-645-7917.